Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday. To the Tuesday. No. Oh, the Friday pre-flight. That's right. It's only Friday. We're not even begun the weekend, or we're just about to, or maybe some of us already have. But I have to tell you, I'm pretty excited. We've got a ton of stories to talk about. We're not going to get to all these, and they're all over the place. Not just entertainment. A lot of stuff right now that we're dealing with, that we're combating, whatever words you want to use. They spread across culture in all ways, and I think that oftentimes we are we're not paying enough attention to the stuff that's outside of the pop culture vein, and I've been guilty of that for a long time. It's one of the reasons why when I do cover something that's even remotely political, what happens is I get deboosted, and that's happened recently. I'm getting very few views on a whole lot of videos, and they're all over the place in a lot of areas that are trending. So there's no reason for that. I do often beat people to a lot of stories, but that's beside the point, right? We, like I said, this channel, the analytically, if you look at the numbers, I've been. I'm not going to say my channel's being attacked. That's not me. It's just the reality of it all, and that's okay. I mean, it's not gonna dissuade me from continuing to grow here, but I'm gonna try to grow Odyssey and Rumble. We crossed the magic threshold over at Rumble, over 100 subscribers over there, which will allow me to live stream there, and I will be doing I will be doing the occasional exclusive live stream there and on Odyssey. But we'll start first with all of that activity sometime next week. So, also keep in mind, we do have a member stream tomorrow, although I think I may push the time a little either earlier or later, because I have the great privilege of hanging out with the Salty Nerd podcast crew tomorrow to talk a little bit of Shulk and Rings of Power, and at least the most recent episode, which I thought was an atrocity, and or which I don't care about. So my takes over there on that stuff are going to be a little bit mostly I don't care, but it'll be fun, and I'm pretty excited about that. Let's see what else is happening. Oh, well, yeah, the member stream tomorrow. So that's right now tentatively scheduled at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you are a member, figure out what that is on your clock, because you guys are all over the world. So, but I hope you do check it out. The opportunity to hang out there. I can hold 9 other people on the screen for a total of 10. And then we'll rotate people out if there's a huge demand to have people join. I've got about an hour to do that tomorrow maximum. So there's so many other things I've got to try to get under control. And we got Grant here giving us a $2 Australian super chat saying, "This channel is under attack." Well, sort of, kind of. What I'm not doing is growing like this guy. See, this guy used some magic beans and made his channel huge. Yeah. I pay this guy. How come I'm not huge? I'm just kidding. Well done, Grant. Congratulations. Oh, this man is amazing. He is. He's a great editor. He's created some excellent stuff for me recently, including the most recent video background. That's him. He did a great job with that, and I really like it. We're going to try to turn those gears into poker chips here in the near future, I think, and I'm pretty stoked. If you could run subtitles, I'd watch more videos because I can't always hear what is going on. I would love to have subtitles. We did that for a little while. Grant experimented with that, and I thought it was great. I'm not sure if Grant could do that again. Thought it was good. Yeah, and there's a lot of subjects we're going to talk about today. Logic's Finest says, I think HBO faces a reckoning. I think you're right. Also, the censorship is insane. I agree with that. Yeah, Rekieta did not deserve what happened to him, but let me tell you, I think you might be better off for it. And I think YouTube will probably realize that. And that's what's happening right now. I mean, if you look, I know that there are some people who don't like, certain people that exist on this platform in our sphere, but they're out there making a living. And I'll give you another example of somebody that's being targeted right now. That Umbrella guy is being targeted. There's a group of people that don't like him. Well, there's a lot of people I don't like, and you don't see me banding together with others to get them deplatformed, remove them from, monetization or any of these other things. And you're seeing it willfully be done and allowed for here on this platform. And you're watching it happen in real time on Twitter. That umbrella guy, Tug, shared a tweet from somebody who was actively working with others to target him. You go, this is what cancel culture is. It's they band together. This is what the whisper networks did in comics for a while, where they banded together and went after a target to knock them out of their position so they could move up. Even if what they were saying wasn't true, or what was happening was consensual, if it was of a naked nature, let's put it that way. But nobody was doing anything outright illicit for the most part. It did occasionally, that did happen, but these folks are banding together, right? I mean, and what happened with Nick, what he did was perfectly legal. It's not something I would do. That's not my jam, although to be honest with you, I've been put in that position, so maybe I would do it. If somebody is going after me to hurt me or hurt my family or my financial earnings, especially as this platform becomes more a part of my earnings, because I'm getting closer and closer by the day to retiring. Likely, we'll see. Maybe not. We have no idea what the future holds at this point, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But I want to say hi to you guys. That was a downer. Let's just say hi. Let's say hi to a bunch of you. We've got the bot showed up early and spammed the chat. Thanks for that. Peter Graves is like, I wish I could have swat this, but I'm glad you're here, Peter Graves, and I wish you could have swatted it too. But yeah, Mr. Tickle Trunk got to it. And OC Dobbins is here. Good to see you. Captain Phantom Nerd, who's awesome. We got Thunderduck promoting me. Thank you for that. Tim Hayes is in the house. Let's see. Catsith is here saying hello. And Lord Thoth is here. Hope you're doing well, buddy. There's Channel Surf. Good to see you. Or you heard him. Culture's channels under attack. Kind of. Not really, though. I mean, there are other people who have it far worse than I do. And there are people who make a living doing this that have been deplatformed or where their monetization was taken away, which is garbage. It was done crazy. And this is another thing that I've got to start doing. I have to simul stream over on Odyssey. It is kind of difficult to set up. I don't know why. It shouldn't be. But if I do that simul stream over there, I could leave here and go over there. The problem is I don't know what show I would do that with. Maybe Sunday, except that usually my time is fairly limited. But what we do with Comics Division, on the other hand, in the evening, that's definitely worth your time. Indeed. And Jillian is here. Good to see you, Jillian. Thank you for all your support there. Yeah, you guys are funny. I didn't say it. It was a joke. My goodness. Got Olivriani Makara here. I already said hi to her. Dr. Dragon's here. Grant's here. Late and bros, folks. That's the new line. Late and bros. Oh, Olaf is here. Defenders of the Faith is here. Release the McCracken is just going meme crazy. Good job. Well done. Zach's here, otherwise known as Brightest Day. You guys are so awesome. Scrolling. M Tax Shark is here. What's going on, M Tax Shark? Cash, what's up, Cash? See you in Orlando in just a few weeks. Gonna be a good time. Yeah. Oh wow, Logic's finest got ice on. Ooh, I'm waiting for mine. I cannot wait for my package to arrive. You have no idea how excited I am. Let's see. Ruben says, stand with Nick. I do. Yo, Mallory. Hello, ladies and somewhat gentlemen. There you go. Cool avatar. Look at that. Little Halloween avatar there. We've only just begun. That's right. Commander Ed Straight Group Shadow. What's going on? I think the boss is at the office. We got Matt G in the house. Oh, you guys are great. Yeah, Rumble is doing good right now. Bringing in a lot of people. You look at Viva and Barnes over there. Look at what Nick did. Lots of people. Scotty's going over there now. Got it. Yeah, we've got Dapper Bard Games. He brought some hot dogs, so if you guys are hungry. Andrew's here. Good to see Andrew. I think I said hi to Randall. Hi, Randall. Oh, I love saying hi to you guys. This is fun. It's like hanging out, just chilling. Zacharot's here. Good to see you, Zach. Methinks in the end, YouTube will just be growing other platforms. I think they've already started to do that. Look at Rumble. Rumble literally just went public. What timing to sign some mega folks. Look, you got like some of the heavy hitters of LawTube over there now, right? You know, you're going to start seeing more and more of the LawTube gang headed that way. I think it's just free. Yeah, Aluvrian, it's all about the fact that they got their message destroyed. The hashtag MeToo baloney sausage got wiped. And it was revealed for what it was, a witch hunt. It was just in a different way. It's the same thing that happened in comics. That's the small scale version of it all. And the big version of it where J.J. Abrams' wife could like create leverage in Hollywood and grow herself, and obviously J.J. on purpose to grow that. That's what the Me Too movement was all about. Yeah, they caught up some bad actors in the process, but none of that stopped. They just exposed some of the people that were in the way for these others, and that's the problem. You know, that is the problem. Sorry, it's just the way things went. We got Mephisto here. Good to see you, buddy. Guys, check out Mephisto's movie reviews. It's a lot of fun. Sentinel, what's up, buddy? And I've been paying attention to your messages, my friend. Thank you. I got 16-bit in the house. Good to see you. Man, you guys are great. Thanks for the contributions, folks. I do appreciate it. In fact, this is one right here for $5. Hey, a little closer to retirement. Commander Ed Straker Shadow says, nice to see Doom Cock lives rent-free in the heads of the She-Bulks creators and Disney Corp. It's not just them. See, that's the thing. These people come from all over. They contribute from everywhere, right? We live in their heads. They can't not pay attention to us. And by the very fact that they pay such close attention to everybody, they know we're right. So they lash out because they can't do anything about it. That's what it is. It's just a lash out. And then what does that do? So Doomcock says, well, maybe that was me. Maybe it wasn't. You know, I don't know. I mean, you know, I know he talked about it a little bit recently. I'd like to see what he says tonight on Friday Night Frolics. It'd be interesting. I like to see what the guys on FNT say about it if they mention it. But, you know, originally that didn't kind of click with me, right? Until somebody had mentioned it and went, oh, because I was thinking they were going after Anonymous and any critic. Like, of course, Anonymous is a little different than a critic, but like 4chan and stuff, I felt like that's where they were headed, right? Or, you know, or maybe Redditors, right? That's what intelligentsia I thought was the Reddit community. But maybe not. Maybe not. It's funny that they think we're all banded together in one unit. This is a loose collection of people. We're just a fellowship, right? Like, you know, we have each other's backs, but there's no marching orders. I didn't get a fax from Jeremy at Geeks and Gamers or from Nerdrotic or Drunk 3PO or anybody. I mean, nobody sends everybody a talking point bulletin, right? We're not like the NPCs. There's not a computer chip. I don't get a download every day of the latest, you know, talking points or any of the stuff that you see repeated by the same brain dead people that follow current thing, support current thing, consume product, then consume new product. Yeah, and that's not us. It's not us. Mr. Grant Gregory says, for another Australian $2, says, say it with me. This channel is still under attack. I love you so much. All you guys. Oh yeah, dude. Pizza in the oven. Well, we're splurging tonight. We're gonna have some boneless ribeyes for supper. That's gonna be tonight's dinner. But homemade pizza this weekend though, for sure. When I get my package, Tim, when I get my my ISOM package, I will unbox the F out of it. Seriously. Am I interested in seeing the Hellraiser movie? Indeed. Oh no, I appreciated the first couple of films, the Sentinel. The thing is I'm not as deeply entrenched in it or invested in it as somebody like Tom or even Andre or a few other people that I could mention. And I'm a horror movie guy. I mean, but I'm an old school horror movie guy, and I'm really interested in the things that are what do you call it? Psychological. Yeah, more of the mind F than anything else. But yeah. God, I love this. I almost never. This is the other reason I never get to subjects, because I get to talking to you guys and nothing happens. 16-bit says I didn't get to ISOM. I was going to, but they were having website problems. Yeah. Yeah, but okay. Well, I tell you what. On the second book, 16-bit, you just pick up a package, because I guarantee you're going to get an opportunity to buy the comic again. Won't be your first edition, but maybe. At least I hope. I don't know. Yeah, I've been supporting indie comics forever. Man, it's a growing stack. You know. So. If Rumble makes themselves to be the bad boys of video uploading sites, that might be enough of an appeal to culturally shift people towards that platform. And they already have. And I agree with you, Sentinel. I think that's actually happening right now. And Thunderduck and many others are pushing that direction. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've got... You guys are so great. By the way, did y'all wish Grant a happy birthday? I mean, it's like, apparently it's not just one day for him. It's like a whole week celebration. So if you guys wouldn't mind saying happy birthday to Mr. Grant Gregory, that would be great. Jillian wants to remind us for $2 that this channel is under attack. That's right. Oh, so true. Yeah, and there's our boys over at Mad Barber Entertainment. Do check out the boys. I get to hang out with when I'm not working. I've been doing more work lately. When I'm not doing actual work, I get to hang out with the guys, and I should be able to do that this Saturday and next week as well. So I'm pretty stoked. Look at these. You guys are all talking to each other. Jillian's talking to Rob. It's great. And you know what, Randall? You're right. These folks are petulant children. Yeah. Petty as well. There's an old saying, says Logic's Finest. If you tell people the truth, make them laugh, or else they will want to kill you. Anything that destroys a person's narrative gets met with hate. That's right. Yeah. If you've been fully indoctrinated, well, what was it? Clemens, Samuel Clemens, otherwise known as Mark Twain, basically said you can, it's easier to fool a man than convince a man he's been fooled. I think I'm paraphrasing, but that's essentially it. No, 100%, my friend. Yeah, I mean, it's laugh. It's helpful. Olaf Fones for €2. This channel is under attack. That's right. Thanks for attacking me with super chats, guys. I appreciate it. I can live stream on Getter. Cool. I would love to do that. I link all my stuff over there. Does it play through? Can you actually play it through Getter over there? Because I do have some other sources that show up on my YouTube analytics. By the way, you notice that Twitter is pivoting, and we'll get to that in just a moment. We'll talk. But Jeremy does produce half of YouTube, yeah, based on his IMDb credits. The trailer for MK Ultra, I have not seen it. Anson Mount, that might be pretty good. I'll have to take a look at it. I'll check it out. Thanks for that. Bilbo Swaggin is here. What's up, buddy? Opening my eyes some as we speak. Oh, you guys. So jealous. Kalami! Avon lives. That's right. How you doing, buddy? I'm not getting notifications. So is it possible to get a set start time tomorrow? Yeah, by the end of the stream, I should know. I'm waiting on a response from Mr. Matt Kadish right now. He's probably working or doing something. He's a busy guy. He's important. Matt's important. Matt's so important. He's got directors responding to him and is, directly, when he makes a criticism. It's not like he was wrong, but he and Mangold are buddy now. No. Can't wait to hang out over there, though. Got my buddy Matt Vader's over there. Sometimes Matt shows up in here. Yeah. Olaf just sent me the update. He, I guess, and this is a lot of you are gonna leave now, and it's probably the reason why our viewership's down at the moment. But I guess DC is over on Midnight's Edge at the moment, or was. I'm not sure if that's still current, but does it surprise anybody? No. Should I stream snipe them? Nah. All right. But no, do make sure the bell's turned on. But I think 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is where we're going to sit with that, Alubrian. But we'll see. Go over and watch the Midnight's Edge thing later on the replay. Don't leave. Stay here. Oh, man, you guys are great. All right, so let's do this. Oh, Getter does have live. Okay. Since March, I didn't know that. Many do it. All right, I'll have to look into it because I'm on Getter and Mines and all that some such. So I'll try to start doing that. Kai's here. What's up, buddy? All right, let's get to it. We're going to start with the Musk Twitter, all kinds of other stuff. But did you know this that they are starting to produce the electric trucks with the 500-mile range? They are. It's actually happening. There were several delays in this, but Pepsi's going to be receiving the first electric semis. And what's interesting is the production cycle starts now. They're going to have these by December. That's how fast they're going to be able to produce these things. Don't you love the way he designed his manufacturing facilities? They're insane. Very, very cool. Hey, HM. Free the net indeed. But yeah, so you're going to get this. This was from yesterday. Whoa, this was in a period where the Dow was going up. Yeah. So, but anyway, so founder of Elon Musk announced PepsiCo will be the first recipient of the electric truck. The Class 8 truck will sport 800-mile range, super fun to drive, and obviously be lower emissions. Well, no emissions. Well, that's not true because how did they generate the electricity? Is Pepsi going to have a sea of solar? Don't know. But I know this. The truck looks cool as heck. It does. And of course, this is tweeted out by Elon Musk. That's how he communicates. So it makes sense he's going to, own it. Although that's, still back up in the air because, it has something to do with the way the court could do things. And yeah, they could definitely promote these trucks via Transformers. Indeed. Snow Dub. Good to see you. All right. Let's move on. That was fun just to talk about real quick. I believe the Twitter deal is still going to happen. I hope it happens before we head into the depths of the election cycle because I think it's already obviously it's happening here. I'm being deboosted. It's happening on Twitter. People are being deboosted and elsewhere. And I actually saw somebody on NBC defend the Biden laptop and everything that was revealed in it as being perfectly legal. NBC, folks. NBC. Anyway, that's too political. Let's try again. All right. Let's move on to this story. I don't know if anybody cares, but you remember that Ryan Johnson fella? Remember that guy? I do. He's got a movie coming out. It's called Knives Out 2. Glass Onion, actually. All 3 mega US theater chains are going to carry the sequel for a week over Thanksgiving. That's right. They're getting a theatrical release. And I think this is just step 1 in what Netflix plans to do. And you know what? They're definitely putting Hollywood on notice because they have a lot of money. Can you imagine if one of these things hits like 700 million, 800 million, 900 million dollars? One of their films does that. They've already beat Hollywood to the punch. Now, there are a lot of people going after Netflix talking about this and their strategy and the buy mail DVD kind of a thing. In fact, I was going to do a video on one of those stories, but why are they attacking this? Well, they're attacking it because it is a very scary form of competition. Because Netflix, if they've already decided to pivot, and it looks like they have for the most part, there's still some garbage on there that I think is just way too driven by politics. But at the same time, they have a lot of quality entertainment and some stuff on the horizon that if they're able to go to theatrical releases, they could displace studios quickly. Yeah. Come with me if you want a drink. There you go. Look at the imagery there. This is something that caught me. What does that look like to you? There's a famous painting from way, way back. What do you think that is? Isn't that weird? Everything is in film should be done for a reason. Ryan Johnson can do some stuff. I mean, I don't like what he does with stories other than his own stories. I wasn't really that excited about Knives Out 1. It was all right. But look at that imagery. What does that look like? This is a good question. Look at that. You guys got it. That's right. You guys are brilliant. Culture Casino. Please, it's Netflix. That's right. Yes, the black guy is Jesus. Hey, you're getting all this great stuff from a black Jesus. Another great line in a film. Thunderduck is banned again on Twitter. A lot of people are banned again on Twitter. That's funny. You guys are great. But I just thought this was funny. I thought the imagery here, iconography, it's a little on the nose. But are you surprised? It's Ruin Johnson. Is this movie like Agatha Christie's 10? I have no idea. I don't know. Douchey McDouche. Maestro G, thanks. I hate it. That's right. Oh, I love you guys. All right. So Netflix could actually do something good. They can build on this. And if they do, build on their theatrical, excuse me. Sorry, guys. Jeez, oh, Pete. A sip of water for the working man. If they actually build on this, I think they've got a lot of room to displace a lot of Hollywood studios, or at least make them struggle. Speaking of struggling, Warner Brothers has been struggling. I wish I'd have pulled something for them because somebody out in the chat was actually mentioned it early on. Yeah, they're going to have some issues. Warner Brothers has got to pull they got to pull themselves up from the bootstraps here in the very near future. But one of the ways to do that, of course, is with quality programming. And it's being done. Warner Brothers does have some quality programming out there. House of the Dragon has been doing quite well. A lot of folks have enjoyed that. And to that end, Ryan Condal, for the showrunner, has got an extension with HBO for a long period of time, and for good reason. He created an interesting world along with his writers that builds, the world before we got into the Game of Thrones saga. The audience grows week over week. They have yet to do anything that would pull you out of the story, which is unique nowadays. And he deserves it. The actress pictured here in front of the dragon, I'm gonna be bummed out every time they advance or jump the story forward in time, because when they change actors, actresses, and stuff like that, I feel like it loses something. But it's just the way the story had to be told. But he has succeeded where others have failed. There are many people that tried to crack this particular coconut, and he was able to do it. And he is the sole producer for season 2, or executive producer for season 2. The sole showrunner. The other guy's gone. He went on to do other stuff for HBO, which makes sense. I thought that was interesting. House of the Dragon's a good show in my opinion. I want it to wrap up properly. This first season, I want it to wrap up properly, and I'm looking forward to season 2. But we'll see. We'll see. From the previous picture, can't be The Last Supper. There's no Kevin Smith as Judas. I agree with that. Whew. But House of the Dragon's a good show. And for those of you that are watching it, or if you disagree, let me know. But I think, overall, it could be much worse. And there are times when shifting up a character a little bit, any of that stuff, It doesn't matter. If the writing's good, if the story's good, if it makes sense, although in this case it was canon breaking for House of the Dragon. I don't care. I don't care. But it is a good show. House of the D F's so hard. Yeah. You guys are funny. But I think it's interesting, and obviously by extending that guy's deal, giving him a long-term deal, they know what they've got. This is not another D&D situation, Dan and Dave, destroying something. The Destructors. Could you imagine them telling you, hey, we would love this to go for 13 seasons? And they're like, nah, we're gonna go get this Star Wars gig. Karma. Not good. Thunderduck says, you really like the Wakanda trailer. No stupid jokes, no MCU humor. To me, it seemed like a political thriller, much like Winter Soldier. The tone is very serious. I was surprised myself. I thought the second trailer wasn't as good as the first, and I'm less likely to see it, but I'm willing to take everybody's opinions who does. But I'm not going to see the film. I think I said it a few months ago. I think you guys were all here. I said, I think I may be done for the most part with Disney. There's a few things that I might still be intrigued by or, interested in or participate in because of family and prior commitments. But for the most part, I'm maybe done with Disney for a while. Yeah. Thanks for getting that bought, folks. Yeah, I think you're right. I think the choices they made to adapt the book with House of the Dragon, I think they made the right ones. Look, it's hard to adapt literature. It is, unless you're going to go for a direct representation, which, well, I mean, for the most part, that's what they did with J.K. Rowling stuff, the Harry Potter stuff, but they still had to change it and do and shift it up with an adaptation. I'm not really a fan of the fact that they split up the last movie into two, but hey, that's going to happen. What I really hated was Hobbit being 3 films. God, talk about a money grab. Speaking of a money grab, let's talk a little bit about this. Spotify. Oh, wait, we got a thumbs up from Big Raj. Thank you, Big Raj, for the thumbs up sticker. Appreciate that. Oh, Fizz is here. What's up, Fizz? I just saw you, bud. Yeah, a lot of people aren't going to watch Wakanda Forever. Yeah, I walked away from the MCU. Feige's a hack. Well, Feige turned into a hack. We actually talked a little bit about that before I jump on this next money grab thing. Well, we talked about that a little bit on Midnight's Edge in the morning. And I thought the takeaways from Chato, Paul Chato, Call Me Chato here on YouTube and other places. I thought the takeaway there was right on point. He's a guy that got his attention divided by many projects. He rubbed shoulders with a lot of people who were just worshiping his creative guidance, and he got to a point where he believed it all. So he believed his own press clippings, and then just started listening to bad advice from a lot of people as he got stretched thinner and thinner. I think Tom's right. Tom and Andre are right when they say that had Gunn not been fired, which was probably one of the worst decisions Alan Horn had ever made. But had he not been fired and how they had not forced Perlmutter out, I think the MCU would have survived. I think they would have distributed across more people what Feige's doing all himself. That's what I think. Super Family says, I don't know if I can take watching the last episode of Rings of Power. Oh, we're going to get there next after this money grab conversation. Spotify names new heads of Gimlet and Parcast podcast studios amid cancellations. If you guys saw the 6 Minute Daily this morning, you heard me talking about the fact that they let some executives, leadership go, and these two acquired entities, podcast entities, Gimlet and Parcast. Well, guess what? They cut a whole lot of shows, I think 11 in total, and they have a few shows left, and they're going to put these two ladies in charge, one for each of these little offshoots in Spotify. They've probably figured out that their own originals are not necessarily the jam, that people aren't really there for that, and it's costly. especially when they bring in names. Now, somebody else that learned this lesson, obviously, well, two entities that learned this lesson were the satellite radio folks way a long time ago with Sirius and XM because they were separate at one point in time. They both learned the same lesson that their original stuff when they brought in names was costly. And so they would hire other people or make giant deals with people like Howard Stern or whatever. But ultimately, in the end, when those deals expired, they found a way to either keep that entity or completely change it. With Spotify, I don't think this is a good look. But everybody's leading into the ESG thing. And we're going to talk about ESG probably on an exclusive video this week on Odyssey and Rumble. So be on the lookout over on those two platforms because I'm very frustrated. Yeah, that's what it is, frustrated. But there are people moving the right direction with that idea. And if we get to that story at the end of the stream, you'll get to see me talk politically. And then maybe I won't have to do an exclusive. We'll see. Getting right into Rings of Power. And then we're going to stop and talk to you guys for a minute because I've been cooking through subjects. Get your opinion on some of this stuff. Rings of Power writers came out, and I think I talked about this a little bit on the 6 Minute Daily, but they came out this morning and they said they react to the 5 fan criticism saying that they knew that they were there, that they would be there, that they were coming, that this was going to be the problem, and they think that our biggest problems are the physical stuff like short-haired elves, dwarf wives' beards, and Galadriel's portrayal, blah blah blah. Right? Well, Galadriel's portrayal is definitely a problem we've got, but look, this is one of the most beloved properties in the world, which is kind of addressed in the first paragraph here. And they sat down, and if you saw any of this fluff piece that were written for JD Payne and Patrick McKay, who have zero experience and I can't believe got this job after essentially trying out and being cast as it, asked the question after seeing the online comment saying, "What are you not buying about the show?" Well, all of it. It's not it's Rings of Power. It's not, there's zero to do with Tolkien here, other than they stole his world and reshaped it in whatever image they were trying to portray. We all know who is famous for doing that. I'm going to twist your world. That's what's being done now, in this country. So why not destroy entertainment at the same time? It's just going to destroy everything, twist it into the evil little thing that they want it to be. But, JD Payne says they actually do, but it's not accurate. Well, wait. Dwarves' wives in the Rings of Powers don't have beards. And JD Payne says they actually do, but it's not accurate. What do you mean? We looked at various versions of what the facial on dwarf women might look like. There are beard hairs applied lovingly one at a time onto Disa actress, and there are sort of mutton chops on the side. No, it's not a beard, dude. That's not a beard. Like, it's outgrown peach fuzz. Patrick McKay says, I would go further to say that Tolkien himself, if you study his entire body of work, has answered this particular question both ways. There's very strong argument to be made that the dwarf women should have beards, and very strong argument that they don't. That's a lot of crap. A lot of crap. And the only time he ever did anything was to clarify further details like this. And then here you go. Elves don't have shaved heads or short hair. Payne is an asshole when he answers, and I just curse on my channel. That's how mad I am about this. Payne answered this question this way. If Tolkien ever wrote a comprehensive style guide to hairstyles in Middle Earth over its thousands of years of history, I'd love to see it. Condescending. You're not as smart as us. We know everything. McKay answered this way. Part of the show is to go deeper and broader into each of these races and cultures. Well, you didn't. At least he tried to go softer on his answer, saying that doesn't seem to correspond and harmonize with the breadth of the imagination that Tolkien left us. All right. And this is something I find interesting when you look at what their answers are. Galadriel acts too masculine and she never went to Numenor. Payne says, I would love to see in Tolkien where it says Galadriel never went to Numenor. Well, it never said that she did, is the actual answer to that question, Knucklehead. It's fairly extensive. And here's funny. One of her nicknames is Nerwin, which means man maiden. This guy misunderstands. He misinterprets what man maiden would mean. And then he says, finally, here as the excuse. And third, she does not act masculine. So, man. All right, let's see what you guys have to say, because there's more here. Yeah, they have to make 50 episodes of this garbage. That's true. Minimum 50 episodes, 50 hours, I should say. If each episode's an hour, 50 hours. Gimli does say they have beards. Yep, very clearly. In every description ever. They're so off the mark, don't even know what a beard is outside of social slang terms, probably. Indeed, Jillian. That guy is a booty hole. Yeah. Don't worry about the swear. Yeah, I'm trying not to, guys. But I try to keep it PG-13 here, at least during the day. At night, on Sunday night, gets a little more loosey-goosey, but, you know. Yeah, something simply not existing in canon is the problem. There you go. For $10, our good friend Furry Kitten says, 10 pounds sterling, real money. Although now we're at parity, which is sad. I like pound sterling being a little bit more expensive. But hey, Rings of Power isn't even engaging storyline. True. The characters don't even count to the word character. No. Yeah, toward character. Yeah, I agree. There's little to nothing to recommend. Tolkien or not, this is just bad. Indeed. 100. Why are you guys all getting your stuff? I ordered mine like right towards the beginning of the thing. I think I ordered it the first day. Where's my stuff? Thank you, Furry Kitten. Appreciate it. And you're right. There's nothing. I can't find anything redeeming in this show. And when I talk about episode 7 on tomorrow's show with Matt Kadish and Matt Vader and all the guys over there at the Salty Nerd podcast, I'm going to say as much. There's nothing redeeming. Nothing. This is a good point, Dapper Bar Games. It never says that Jesus ever learned kickboxing in the Bible. So yeah, let's have kickboxing Jesus. So in my script, the story for Jesus, he takes down the Roman army with his crazy boxing skills. Yeah. Well, it never said in the Bible that he didn't have, he didn't dual wield, M16, rifles. They didn't say anything like that. Show me anywhere written in the Bible that says he didn't do that. F these guys. By this guy's logic, Tolkien never said she didn't drive a car either. Thank you, Grant. You guys are pointing out my points. You're fine, douchey McDouche. I can always, on the fly, change it. It's fine. You guys are so lucky. I want my stuff. You're fine. I don't mind. I don't even know. How is putting your hair up a reason for having golden hair? I don't know. Tolkien tells you where Galadriel is during the Second Age, and it isn't Numenor. This is also true. You guys all have ice on. I'm sad. Actually, I'm excited. I can't wait to get my book. I'm going to unbox it. It may be a proper unboxing video. If I get it now during the show, I'll do it right now, but it's not here. I want to talk to Eric July, actually. I saw that in the chat. Let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, I would love to talk to Eric. I'll reach out to him. Dude's awesome. I actually know somebody that works for him. Defenders of the Faith says, if this was just a fantasy film unrelated to Tolkien, it's still horrid. Yes. I think that's true. Not arguable. Rings of Power bored me to tears. Yeah, the first episode made me just go, I'm done. And the only reason that I've like almost kind of paid attention to it is because some people want me to talk about it. Episode 7 is terrible. Everybody should have died in that blast. Doesn't matter. One Punch Jesus. Yes, I want One Punch Jesus. I need this in my life. It's a great idea. Because it mocks the crap out of them. That's how we win. That's how we win. It's how we change minds. It's how we change hearts and minds. We laugh at them because of the absurdity that they are. That's how we win. And we are winning. Otherwise, Doomcock wouldn't be in their heads. None of us would be. They wouldn't care what I did. We wouldn't have little groups of roaming, 35-year-old cat ladies, banding together in groups of 40 or 50 and trying to take down channels. Because that's what's happening. And YouTube's letting it happen. They don't investigate. They don't care. If you get a bunch of, flags on a stream, just take down the channel. That's not smart. Jesus 2, Universal Soldier. There you go. Look, as blasphemous as that seems, and it could be, and if so, I'm sorry, but first of all, it wasn't my idea. I just find it amusing. Look, could the Savior, be, a kick butt kung fu fighter, like be Neo, right? I know kung fu. There you go. I'm glad to hear that it's a very high quality product. I noticed that in a previous comment you said that it was a flat finish, not a glossy. So I can't wait to see it. Stylistically, the book sounds great. Thoth is like, I love bots. They give me a reason to be a mod. That's right. I appreciate your support, guys. Also you guys dropping links is awesome, by the way. Yeah, we should make a movie about Muhammad, but then I'll be like targeted by certain groups. But let me tell you, the religious leaders in history are very interesting. They really are. Ooh, Jillian. I'm going to put this on the screen, but I can't say it. I'm going to say it. Defenders of the Faith. You're guilty. Until proven guilty. There you go. Mrs. Flew. Good to see you, dear. I love Mrs. Flew's puppet self. Pretty awesome. Yeah, your joke did take on a life of its own. The chat is awesome. That's why you guys are great. Isom does look great. Incredible. Yeah, he does. He was a carpenter, so he definitely got them guns. Indeed. Did you read Common America? Another indie comic that's good. Wow, okay. I'll look for that. You're at the airport? Fun. Safe flight, dear. Safe flight. And congratulations again. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, sorry. All right, let's do this. Let's continue on with this because I want to finish it. So McKay answers differently. Says the name Galadriel is loosely translated in Elvish as maiden with a crown of golden hair. Yeah. These people are silly. And again, they misunderstand. They're trying to take this particular word and the other word out of context. The costumes look too new. It's like, I certainly don't agree with that note. I think that we were always talking about a lived-in world. Yeah, with t-shirts for armor. Guess what? Sometimes clothes are new. The show's pacing has been slow. It's true. And this is the thing. I hope that people can key in for the journey of boredom. Tolkien will take his time. Tolkien's dead. You can't use Tolkien took his time. Yes. And let you sink into the characters. Yeah, he actually did character development and created interesting characters that had depth. And yes, it was a journey from one point to another. In fact, I can hear them kind of paraphrasing some things that Gary has said in his coverage of this. I hope people will have the patience to settle in for a Tolkien epic. That would be great if Tolkien actually wrote this, which he did not. These people. These people. Yeah, we're a little under today, folks, and I think that's because Midnight's Edge probably went long. But Gaidriel is made out to be invincible and glib. That's true. I can't wait for Neurotic to tear the article. I hope he gets it. I hope he saw it. He probably did. He sees everything. He reads. I think he reads as much as I do. To be honest with you, he consumes a lot of stuff. Oh, that's why I like that guy. Yeah, Midnight's Edge is still going. That's why I'm not worried about it. I have people that watch this on the replay. We'll be up over 600 views on this stream. We will. No worries there. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy was a film with zero action, but the pacing and story were brilliant. Yeah, I know. I loved it. It was well done. Rings of Power is glacial. Oh, that's a great word. Well done. Zero story, zero character development. Indeed. But that, again, look, if you're gonna appeal to an audience, any audience, right? You have to make something that they're going to be interested. It has to be made for an audience. Who was this show made for? 50 episodes of this is going to just feel like a slog. It's going to take us into what, 2027? No. There's going to be nobody left watching this trash. I have no idea who's on FNT this week. I don't even have time to know what show I'm on. Somebody can answer that, I'm sure. I don't know. Somebody here had dinner with him? Who? Gary? No. Comics Divisions had dinner with him. I love you, Mrs. Flu. I love you very much. Let's see if Jay can get me on FNT. Jay can't get himself on FNT. He was going to go on FNT in Vegas and took a nap. And I don't envy anybody. I don't care. I don't envy anybody who's going to watch all 50 episodes. Not going to be me. Hey, Dead Man Walking. This guy does a great football program. You guys should check that out. For college football prediction show. It's a lot of fun. I got to be part of it once. Maybe I'll do it again. It was well done. Someday I want to be on like a prediction show. Oh, Chris Gore's on FNT. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Eric K. And the Answer Man, the Mensch of Wrench, the Master of Mods. Oh, guys. Who was this made for? Certainly not high fantasy fans. Nope. Just what metric does it appeal to? Don't know. Yeah, the dialogue's terrible. It doesn't represent anything. Like the closest to it, right, in this most recent episode was when Guy Ladriel is walking through the forest with the half elf, bastard child, whatever the kid's name is. Don't care. The kid that, gave the sword away to destroy everything and, blow the volcano up. Don't know, don't care. Anyway, but there were 2 lines in there that sounded Tolkien. There's a decent chance they were stolen. And I guarantee you that if they were, Gary or somebody else on the panel tonight will tell you what they were stolen from. Defenders of the Faith says season 2 is allegedly 2 years off. I doubt they'll be tuning anybody in from 2 years from now. Absolutely no engagement now, and the story to look forward to by then. No. How many episodes we have left? 1, 3? I don't know. Is it 8? Is it 8 episodes or 10 episodes? I think it's 10. So we have 3 episodes left. They got to get into a war somehow, or they have to get getting ready to be into war and leave you on that cliffhanger. So the payoff for this series was 9 episodes of filler in. It's not good. You need to have multiple points along the way when you're telling a story to keep the people engaged. Remember all the twists in something as simple as True Lies? I do. Pepperidge Farms remembers. Everyone driving into LA traffic can't say hello. That's true, Eric. So just be safe on the road, my friend. Thanks for paying attention, though. Just listening to us. All we go. I can't wait to see Go RRRE at Tucson Film Fest in a few weeks. Yeah, Phoenix is only 2 hours away from Too Strong. Hopefully he brings some swag. There you go. By the way, that's supposed to be gore. Yeah. I have to tell you, he'll bring some swag. Do you remember the miniseries V? The original one was incredible. 100% different. It was great. The second one I enjoyed only because of the lady that played the Diana in that. And she's Marcane. Anyway, she's also the girlfriend in Deadpool, right? She's smoking and talented, good actress. She's weird though. I like her with longer hair, but she frequently cuts her hair like a pixie cut regularly. Very strange. Oh, it was a while back, Mrs. Fu. Yeah. Diana was hot. Yeah. The original V was great. I have it on DVD, I think. Yeah, DVD, not Blu-ray, DVD. It's very good. Oh, there it is. Morena. Yeah, this is right. Morena Baccarin. Yep. Yep. Yeah, and I'm bad because I notice people. I should be punished. Yep, she was also in Serenity. Indeed. She was in Firefly. Yep. Guess her. Look at you. Love it. All right, so we had late in bros is going to be the new thing we say to each other when our streams are late, right? Late in bros. Why? Well, not just because of the film and its theme. And just maybe because it was late to the party, or it was a colossal failure. I don't know. Lots of stuff. Pilgrim's here. What's up? Thanks for the $2 super chat, my friend. But I'm going to point out something, and this is a kid's film, I think, that performed better in Thursday previews a week after Bros releases in the theaters. I've seen no marketing for this outside of this particular article today that I'm showing you. Box office, Lyle Crocodile earns $575,000 in previews. That's $75,000 more. Actually, it's more than that because technically Bros didn't earn $500,000 in previews, but that was the rounded up early revisionist history for this film. But anyway, it's like 4.8. But this makes $575,000 in previews. And I've not heard of this thing. Did you guys hear anything about this? Did you? What does that say? Kai says, hey, bro, Hoffcast is almost at 100 subs. had a song about how he won't eat Klaus Schwab's damn crickets. He's a great follow. Good. I'll check that out. Hoffcast. All right. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Thanks for the $5 super chat, bro. Bro. So yeah, super late, bro. Super late. Wait, somebody said something funny. There it is. Super late, bros. There you go. Oh, Seaver Family's heard about it. Yeah. Okay, I hadn't seen anything. You saw a trailer. Okay, yeah, but didn't look good. Well, it made 575,000 in previews, right? Right? And then just a week ago, we'll bring it back. Same. I went with the same publisher, right? Variety, which shows us that Smile earned 2 million in previews and Bros with 500K. Actually, it was 480K, I think. Yeah, actually, just under. But it's just crazy. It's just crazy. See you later, alligator. Wait, crocodile. There you go. It's based on a children's book. I did not know that. It can sing. I didn't know that. But anyway, so the CGI Croc did better than the Bros in previews. Yeah. And I imagine that'll carry forward. Romantic comedies are targeted for women. Bros wasn't traditional target audience. So why would the creator call straight women and men bigots for not watching film not made for them? I don't know. But it was a bad idea from the very beginning. If I were going to do this, I would do a story in parallel, right? Hear me out. Because oftentimes we get accused of criticizing something, critiquing something, and not having a solution. That's one of the most important things I think I took away from the elders in my family, my grandparents, because they would often offer that. They would say, look, if you're going to find a problem, you need to offer the solution at the same time. You know, if the tomatoes are, falling off early or whatever, what's the solution to that? Whatever it was, and that was a bad story to tell. But you do a story in parallel. This solves your problem. You want to do a romantic comedy. You want to have gay themes in it. You know what you do? Straight couple, gay couple. They're friends. Or straight person, gay person, they're friends. And you watch them progress through their dating life and coupling. And you compare and contrast that. And you put humor in that. There can be a lot of humor to be found in the failures of relationships. Case in point. There is a Justin Timberlake, Mila Kunis rom-com film, Friends with Benefits. And it's a Gluck film before he got yelled at for being Gluck. But anyway, that film sets up two people that become friends that find each other attractive, but they don't want the relationship dynamic outside of their friendship. Turns out they're perfect together, and they end up, because of some action that Justin Timberlake's character does, having it fall apart. And then he makes amends, and their bad fits together well. This is the whole point. In the course of that story, there's also a heartbreaking story told by the gay character, which is played by Woody Harrelson. And he just finished playing basketball in a park in New York. And he says, no, I've been in love, and he's trying to explain love, an actual loving relationship to Justin Timberlake's character. And it was weird because in that moment, right, there's a lot of potency in that. The story was good. Now, it's not a great film, not a perfect film. But if you want to tell that story, like you want to do Bros again, you can. You just do it differently, and you present the relationship between, the gay guy and the straight guy. Let's do that. Gay guy, straight guy, they're bros, right? But not like that, right? Not DTF guys, right? These are dudes that are friends. This guy's having difficulty with with his gay relationships. This guy's having difficulty with his straight relationships. And you can make humor of that all day long. You could do that. You could write a whole TV show about it. It's been done. Just frustrates me. Tell a story in parallel. That works. No Strings Attached was the exact movie as Friends with Benefits. Didn't know that. But thank you, the lovely Sherry, and excellent iconography today. Look at Sherry changes her picture. Awesome. She's on the button there, doing that good stuff. But it's like you said, if you wanted to do something good, that's how you go about doing something good. It's just, are they capable of doing something good? No. We've got Furry Kitten for £5 sterling. Thank you. If you can see the problem, then you already should see the solution. Indeed. And if you aren't part of the solution, then you're part of the problem. Yeah. The precipitate. Yeah. Well, yeah. You are part of the problem. You're right. So don't be part of the problem. Be part of the solution. And that's what we do here. I'm trying to be part of the solution. I'm going to criticize you all day long, but I can tell you how you can fix it, or at least make it better. There's room for improvement in stuff I even like Hot D, right? There's room for improvement there. There's room for, you could fix Rings of Power, not easily, but it could be done. You just need people who care about Tolkien and understand the themes and everything else that were overriding there, the mythology behind it. And your first decision is this person a good actor for this part? Does this character represent the world that Tolkien built? Is it part of it? Could they live and breathe in a Tolkien story? That should have been your question. The Birdcage was one of my favorite. In fact, in my video, the video that I put up about this very thing, the Birdcage is awesome, right? Perfect. Great gay couple, right? And it's a story in parallel. And it's also a story of growth. Rewatch that film. Watch the growth in there. From bigotry to family. Intriguing. Good. Oh, yeah. No, and look, Marby Dog, there's a lot of people that are not interested in those. No apologies required whatsoever. Indeed. But, I mean, I've seen plenty. Not done that badly. The hookup, right? The hookup culture is not good, right? If you engage in that, I'm not there. I have no judgment, right? Yeah, I'm not going to yuck your yum. If that's your jam and you don't want the attachments, fine. I don't believe it's healthy. And again, I just said the word believe. It's an opinion on my part. But that's just me. No judgment. You do you. But at the same time, with that being said, I believe it devalues you as a person. You know, and there are people who are engaged in poly relationships with more than one person, and they can balance themselves well. Everybody gets satisfaction from that. Okay. It's just hard enough to do it with just one person. So, and L Word was a good show. And to be fair, I mean, I watched some of that. I even watched the show that came before it with the dudes. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was on it was a really late night Showtime show, I believe, and I'm trying to remember the name of it. Queer as Folk, right? Yeah. I watched a lot of stuff. I consume a lot of media, and I have for a very long time. And I can almost always point out exactly where things went off the rails when it comes to shows. Yeah. Bosom Buddies, Tom Hanks' first TV show. There you go. You can do a lot in parallel. Fixing ROP. Cancel it. There you go. My mic stand is intense. Well, thank you. I don't know what that means. That's true. The L Word is about relationships. And that's ultimately what the Bros film should have been about. Right? And moralizing is not fun. That's why I don't do it. That's why I don't want to engage in it. Right? I'll give you my opinion on certain things, but if you don't believe that, that's fine. I don't care. Yeah. Big love. Yeah. Poly relationship. I don't know how you do that. A lot of people watch Queer as Folk in the L Word. There's a lot of stuff out there. Look, the beginning of Sense8, which was the Wachowskis thing on Netflix, I thought that was an interesting and intriguing story. And the trans person that was in that played the character very well. It was beautifully done. And it waited a little while till it started to get preachy. And that's the point at which I became disengaged. That's where they lost me. They had a great story. The sci-fi behind it was incredible. Loved it. But Hey, what's up, Katsith? Sex education started out great, and it was very well done. And that guy Shooty, that's going to be the new doctor. He was in that. Yeah, yeah. There are pitfalls there. Yeah, short-term gratification can lead to a lot of problems. Yeah. Hookup culture. Speaking of which, we have bots. Unbelievable. The only movie about bros I'll see is Bros. RRR is the ultimate bro movie. Indeed. You guys are great. Smash 'em. You guys are great. Nuke the bot. Yeah. When you're deboosted, you become a target. I guess. I don't know. I do know this. There have been some problems in culture for a long time, and specifically, and I'm going to say it, and I have friends that are in California and part of these groups in Hollywood. I mean, there are many of us that actually know some people and stuff, but everybody saw this coming, and we just finally got around to it, and it's kind of a bummer because I really like this guy's stuff, but even like their stuff, and they still can be horrible people. So a witness says Kevin Spacey did bad things assault-wise to him in 1981. It's a memory that I can't forget. So the Spacey trial is going on right now. There are a lot of people that have come forward about all of this. Interestingly, some folks have met an early end. And it's I don't know. This guy and Killary, anyway. A witness accused Spacey of badness Friday morning in federal court, where the actor is attempting to fight back against Star Trek Discovery actor Anthony Rapp's $40 million civil suit. This is a way to circumvent statute issues and some other stuff for various things that were done in other places. Attorneys for Rapp, who claims Spacey made unwanted badnesses when the actor was 14 and Spacey was 26. They called Andrew Holtzman to the stand. Holtzman testified that he was inappropriately grabbed in 81. At the time, Holtzman worked at the Public Theater, and Spacey was an actor in the nonprofit organization's Shakespeare Festival. So he alleges that he was working in his office when Spacey entered and attempted to force himself on him. When he entered the room, he was wearing very tight jeans and had a very clear, large thing. Blah, 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 blah. Says, I sat there completely in shock, started to blame myself. It took him decades to finally talk about it in 2017 on Facebook. There are bad actors. No doubt about it. But it's, it's when stories are remarkably similar, situations aren't, but the stories are similar, how things went down. They start to pay closer attention. Things gain credibility. And unfortunately, because of some of the deeds of certain parties like AH, they've cast a wet blanket on top of something that could have been a fire that actually got something done. But again, it was not done for the right reason to begin with. It was done to get people out of the way and put other people in power. And it didn't stop the behavior. This isn't going to stop the behavior. That frustrates me. It does. And not to get overly political in the last 15 minutes, but I got to point something out. And this is a story that largely got ignored up until today, I think. And it's going to put me on the wrong side of things. So buckle up, kids. Apparently, Sharon Osbourne has defended Kanye West, and she wants the $1,000 she gave to BLM back. She does. A story that Brandon Morris put together this morning came out on wider release on other locations yesterday. Brandon does got a great story on this. Get a chance to go to Red State. He says, former the talk hostess and wife of obviously Ozzy Osbourne is declaring herself to be a woman in Kanye West's corner after his comments about BLM being a scam. She's even demanding the nearly $1 million she gave the movement back. Of course, there's been a lot of recent arrests, including the laundering of about $10 million to one of the people's leaders recently. Like in the last few days, by the way. Osbourne was approached by TMZ and asked about Kanye's latest campaign, calling the movement a scam. And when Osbourne was asked if she agrees with West about BLM being a scam, Osbourne was quick to answer, well, we gave $900,000 to that, and I'd like my money back. And she was even more clear. She said, I don't understand why white lives don't matter. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It's not my culture, she said. Everybody matters, don't they? And there's a video of it if you want to watch it. I just thought that was interesting. I think culturally we're bigger than these types of things. And I think that's the problem. That's what they've been trying to fight, is the fact that we've grown beyond these issues for a very long time. They want to reignite them and divide us so that they can, divided groups are easier to control. United, you're not. And I know you've heard that a billion times, but it's the truth. It's one of the reasons why pop culture is important. It's one of the reasons why we have these conversations. It's one of the reasons I have a channel. It was inspired by others who were seeing the same problems in entertainment and were seeing them for what they were and why they were being done. And it's not because they can tell better stories or they want to add to the conversation or they want to accurately represent somebody's work, which clearly none of those things are true. I mean, the minute somebody, shakes off the dusky coil, they're off to pervert their material, whether it be Stan Lee or J.R.R. Tolkien or any of the other greats. Jim Henson. Not sure Henson would be behind the establishment right now. His kids are, or the people running his place is. Not good. That's how you change. That's what they're trying to do, is to change things. They want to change things on the entertainment side of the equation by manipulating young people. And it's working. That's why we're pushing back really hard right now. That's why being involved locally when it comes to these types of things is more important than anything else. That's where you're going to affect change. You got to keep them out of your schools. The people that would turn your child into a Marxist, that would tell them to, snitch on their family and friends, that would turn it into, a new generation of brown shirts, which unfortunately some have. I just couldn't stay silent any longer. And I think a lot of you feel that same way. I think that's why we all kind of connect. Whether or not you agree with my opinion or not, I believe that we all have to say that there's nothing good going on that side of the equation. When it comes to the manufacture of this kind of stuff, I think that's dangerous and unhealthy. I think the people who refuse to acknowledge that it's happening are just either willfully ignorant or they are also part of the same kind of an agenda to tear down 1,000 years of culture, 250 years in this country. I don't know, more. Have to be a shining beacon of light. We have been for a long time. Anyway, there are good things, and I like to point them out. And I enjoyed Cyberpunk Edge Runners very much. It inspired me to get deeply back into that game. And now that I can live stream on my new gaming channel, good luck finding it, because I've searched for it the other day. I'm like, it's not there. But when I start playing, I'll tweet it out or something. I'm going to try to make that work this weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, and play a game on there. You know what I'm going to play is Cyberpunk, because it is a good game. It's become good. It didn't start out that way. I understand for a lot of people it's unplayable, but for me, I didn't have a problem the first time around. But I'm going to be playing it. Inspired a million other people at least to play that game again concurrently. But the series, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, it's excellent. I hope they produce another one. Obviously can't do that story anymore. And if you haven't watched the series, I won't spoil it, but you should watch it. The David Martinez story is very good. Oh, and diversity galore, folks. And you know what? They don't shove it down your throat, and you don't care. And then you have, Hot D is not bad. It's a pretty good show. And, it's something I look forward to watching, unlike She-Hulk. But there's good stuff out there, and you can always reach back in the past. And I think that's what they realize. These streaming services recognize that a certain amount of streaming minutes are dedicated to reruns, things that we would normally see on broadcast television under reruns on the UHF channels, right? You remember those? On the Diginets, right? There's certain digital channels that exist on the same channels like your channel 10, right, or channel 9. You have those channels on your TV through linear, through satellite, through over the air television, and underneath those digitally are Diginets, and those Diginets have various channels underneath them, and a lot of them are dedicated to running old programming, and you get the chance to watch I Love Lucy classics and things like that, largely unedited, sometimes edited, but for the most part largely not. I don't know. There's good things out there, and I think we should start focusing even more on that. But for the time being, I'll say this. We went through 9 subjects in 90 minutes. That's pretty good. Thanks you all for being here so much. We got a lot to say. I'm glad all of you were here. I'm going to look over your comments before we end and engage in a little conversation. So we got a little bit of time. Don't go anywhere, folks. Don't go anywhere. More than 250 years in this country. We just don't know we were a country for a while. It's true. Over 250 years. Yeah, Gina Carano was a victim of the exact thing she was pointing out. Indeed. And we have to continue to shine a light on that. And on the person who said that there was no political bias in their corporation at the time. The bald guy in charge of Disney. Bob Cheapskate. Who, if you knew me 6 years ago, was already telling you was a bad dude. He was the modern version of Paul Pressler. If you know who that is in the Disney company. I've been paying attention for a long time, folks. For reasons. A shining beacon of light, all alone in the darkness. The B5 station has a dream given form. Yep. It was a dream given form. It'd be interesting to know your writing process. It always starts with the primary character. Always. And the story I want to tell around them. So like sometimes I'll have a story in place, but I won't have a character fleshed out right away. And sometimes I'll have a character fleshed out and I want to put them in a situation. When I was writing campaigns, like for multiplayer tabletop games, multiplayer tabletop games and stuff, when I was writing campaigns, I often started with the primary character, or the character that was a non-player, and kind of craft around what that experience would be for that non-player, and then that way everybody else that was involved in the game would have, hopefully the same experience that character was, and then I'd pull the character out of that, my character, the one that I created for that purpose. I know that's weird, but that always felt like it was easier for me to envision a world playing as a character when I wasn't trying to present it to others for that purpose. That's a completely different type of writing process, though. So it just depends. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I used to go about it. And 16-bit mascot says, "Well, that's what changed. What's changed about streaming? On-cam people much easier to detect authenticity. Those who are rise to the top of the game. Well, we've got a lot of them. Great voices. You consider this. Drinker is an incredible writer of wonderful fiction. He came to the platform. He's a superstar for a lot of reasons. The guy knows how to tell story. He can point out when things aren't done well." They don't come any more authentic than he is. Of course, in his original videos, outside of his live streams, he's playing a character with just an overblown version of himself. A lot of folks do that, you know. A lot of people I respect, but it's always comes from a very authentic place. And then you have people like me, they're just pundits, commenters, commentators. That's the right word. And I editorialize. And I like to, and one of my favorite things to do is to like analyze a bunch of information, various sources, go out and get as much data as I can and boil it all down into something digestible and understandable. Because there are some concepts that I've been diving into lately that, I had to do research on because I didn't fully grasp them. I understand the like a speechwriter's idea of like the science of listener attention, right? How to get some kind of attention. Well, that spilled over into the investigation of this attention economy thing that I really think I didn't do a good job on in the first video. There's more to tell. There's so much more to this. It's part of the story why they don't care what we think about the shows they're producing is because they just want the attention around it, the attention economy, the perception of success. Sometimes attacking the fans worked, used to, doesn't anymore. We know their game, we know their playbook. We can call it out before it happens. Okay, what are the themes of this? How are they going to attack us? Isn't working anymore. Bros is an example of that. Amazon's an example of that. Amazon's continuing to try to redefine or shift around the way they utilize this playbook with this rings of power thing. But ultimately, your time is valuable, and that's what they're fishing for. And so the attention economy is your attention. They're vying for it, and the pool's been diluted. I mean, let's be fair. The pool has been diluted for your attention. There's too many streaming services. There's too many shows. There's too much competition for advertising dollars. And in order to make money now, there are not enough streaming customers out there to consume your product. In fact, if anything, you're going to have less because of the macroeconomic situation, which we've talked about ad nauseum, I believe, here. So you're going to have less people paying for your service. So you had to tip to a advertising model. There's only so many advertising dollars to go around, and those are shrinking because of the macroeconomic environment that you created through your Marxist cultural revolution bullshit that we're going through. And I just cursed on my channel for the second time today. I hate that. Anyway, frustrating. Thank you for the super sticker, Darius Munchausen. Box of popcorn. Appreciate it, brother. Woo. Wow. Sorry, guys. Man, got deep. I apologize. Don't normally do that. Smile and stay positive. Indeed. Smile and see that horror film. Saucy Bacon. I'm sorry. The apple doesn't seem to drop far from the tree, right? Because Saucy Bacon. Okay, that's Kevin Bacon and Kira Sedgwick. Well done. Well done. Will I stream? Will I stream tonight? Maybe. I think it's hard to say. I might join somebody's show. I didn't really plan on it. I was going to kind of get a night off because Loki's not doing his show tonight. The late show after all the other stuff gets going and done. But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, Doctor Who's gone. Sorry. But again, go back in time. Go back in time. There are a lot of reruns out there you can watch and get joy out of. I've been watching the early Carol Burnett show. You want to watch a variety show with great humor, incredible stuff. It's so good. So, yeah. Thank you all for being here. I know you guys say thanks to me. Thank you, OC Dobbins. But we are making the change. So much so that, I mean, one of the reasons I brought up the stories I did this morning in the 6-Minute Daily with Spotify and the other music streaming services is that that's another way for us to win. Independent music is supplanting the studio stuff, the record companies now. It's actually happening. They're terrified. 100,000 songs a day get uploaded to Spotify and other DSPs. Bonkers. Anyway, we need to wrap it up, folks. You guys are incredible. You guys make great suggestions in the chat. Blake 7, I continually hear about literal perfection. You guys give great stuff, but I really appreciate it. Hemorrhoid Hurts wants to play Warzone. I don't know, but I'll give it a try sometime. We'll try to connect. I'll try to figure it out. But look for me playing Cyberpunk sometime this weekend. And if I stream tonight, I'll let you know. Be sure you got the all notifications turned on, and notice if that bell goes off and it happens to be a comment section thing, I'm telling you what's happening. But I will see you 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, at least as far as I know. If it changes, I will hit the notifications tab with that for the member stream. So, and with that, I'm going to wrap. We're going to go check out all the great weekend shows, guys, and I'll see you places, probably over at Scott's house at some point. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye. Press our button as we see that this time remaining in about 1 minute.